What if Osimhen dunks on Mbappe and Real Madrid in a UCL final to give PSG their first UCL? All right, so guys, let's look at some transfer news. So shout out to Bob Reus, LA Galaxy, baby, LA Galaxy. Look, man, here's the thing. I feel for Marco Reus, man, because you see, he would have loved to have because this is going to the MLS is pretty much retirement. Shout out to Messi, but I don't think the MLS has done enough to say, oh, this is now a proper alternative to Europe as much as, let's say, the Saudi Pro League has done. So I think what Royce wanted to do before moving to Trump country is let me win a major trophy for Dortmund. And he should have won one. Like, his best chance was at Bundesliga, that final day of the season, until mine said, what's up? They were never beating Real Madrid. It was a fair shout, and that would have been an amazing Disney Plus story, but they were never beating them. So I think, here another look. Physically, I can't hack it at this level, and especially next season where I think the Bundesliga is going to be highly competitive because you generally have Bayern, Stuttgart, Leverkusen, Leipzig, all with a real chance of actually winning the league next season. I think, especially if you're Dortmund, like, bro, if we really want to compete in what could be a very open Bundesliga next season, Royce, thanks, but we now have to move on. So look, man, I think this is a cool move. I think, it's America, it's LA, it's Hollywood, it's Denzel, Tom Cruise, it's our high life. And I think for me, it's vibes. It's all about vibes, And this move doesn't really hit the same as, let's say, if he had moved, let's say, like 10, 12 years ago. So what's it called, like that 2013, 2014, when he was one of the best attacking midfielders in the world. So I think this is really about, let me enjoy myself. Let me do my thing. I've given my best years in Europe. I've given my best years at Dortmund. And this is just to chill out. And for LA Galaxy, I'll be real with you. He's still a quality player. He may not be as good as he was pre those injuries, but I mean, compared to the other talents that's in the MLS, he's still a pretty good player. I wish that if MLS could get a lot of truly quality players at their prime, which is pretty much what the Saudi Pro League is close to doing. So if they could do that, then you could say, oh, it's something. But you getting Marco Reus in 2024, yes, it's a name, but it's not like, oh, okay, let's see what the MLS are doing. But at the end of the day, I'll be real with you, he will still be one of the best players in that league. That's a fact. So shout out to your boy, Marco Reus. Jose's cooking. I don't know why Newcastle let this guy go. Remember, so in a world where we're saying, there are hardly any individuals, there's no tactics, there's no lalas. He's one of the few lalas that are out there. So basically, Mourinho was very influential in getting him to come to Fenerbahce. And I think that he's going to give Fenerbahce something dynamic, especially going forward. Now, look, I don't like Mourinho taking this role because out of love, Mourinho to take like the Portugal role or the PSG role. But we know who Jose Mourinho is. He's a disruptor. He's a huge character. He's a massive personality. It's not the Turkish League is going. And when you just look at the vibe of the Turkish League and just how vibrant they are, and the beef between Besiktas, Fenerbahce, and Galatasaray, it's going to be fun. It's going to be fun. But look, I think this is a very good signing. Saint-Maximin is a quality player. Love him, hate him, say he do so much stuff. He at least entertains. And in a sport that is dying and pleading for entertainers, bro, I've always been a fan of him, and I just never knew where Eddie Howe and Newcastle allowed him to freaking go. So, and I'm real with you, like, when you think of the Mourinho players, he's not really a Mourinho player per se. But I think from Mourinho's thinking is, okay, let me just set the foundation, pragmatism to defend. But now when I now counter, and when we now try to attack, I need a dribbler, I need an ISO guy, I need a 1v1 guy, and a guy to really much create space on his own as an individual, which is what your boy Saint-Maximin can do. So look, man, your boy Jose is cooking. And he's going to be Portuguese coach in 2026. We all know that. Actually, no, let me let me leave that out to Osimhen. This was odd. This was odd. So, does this mean the Atletico move was a failure? Morata is talented. He is talented. Like, Morata is a brick striker who passes the eye test. If that makes sense. Like, first touch, balance, ball control, ability to hold on to the ball. I'll give you a great example. So I was just I'm just vibing on Instagram, and I think because I've been looking at a lot of Spain stuff, a lot of Spanish football, Spanish national team stuff gets recommended to me on my Instagram feed. And then the Spain team, they did like a 1v1 tournament. And in the final of the 1v1 tournament was Morata and Yamal. And I think Morata beats Yamal like 3-1, 4-1. And when you just look at just Morata's close control and his ability just in a 1v1 situation, I was like, bro, he's got tech. So this guy has tech. Like, so he's technically good. But being technically good is very different from being a very good striker. Like, Morata has a much higher eye test than, let's say, a Drogba or a Mario Gomez or a Mandzukic. But Mario Gomez, Mandzukic, and Drogba are better strikers because in terms of off-the-ball movement, positioning, finishing from different areas, he just isn't that. Like, he's a guy that can pop up with a big goal, as he did in that Real Juve game. But in terms of just a consistent, reliable goal scorer, he just ain't that. For a club who gave us Shevchenko, Van Basten, George Weah, I don't think that Morata is going to change things. And also for Osimhen, if you now, this isn't the signing to be like, aha, we're not going to compete with Inter. Look, Inter have freaking Marcus Thuram, Arnautovic, and Lautaro Martinez. So you can't now respond with that with Morata. So I don't think it's that great a signing for AC Milan. But if you pair him well with other guys in the team, and he just, like for Spain right now, he can't be the guy you rely upon to get goals. No. If that's the case, no. He ain't a 25 to 30 goal guy. But if you help him, if you put him in amongst other guys to support other guys and he's part of a collective, then he can help you. So for me, I feel he works best in a two. If Osimhen can have another striker and he now works off that striker and maybe as a number 10 or as a support striker and can just sort of be in that hole where you can now rely much more on his technical skills and his footballing skills rather than his goal scoring, that's how he can now help the team. And so okay, how do I start? The Nigerian United fan group will not be happy. And that's all I'm going to say. The rest I'll probably leave for like Monday night's members hangout. So maybe we can talk more on the members hangout about this. So, but for this section here, the Nigerian United fan group will not be happy with this. Look, for Marseille, we're not in England. We don't know the details of what happened of his case within England. He's a talented player. He's two-footed. He's a young talent. We're going to go for him. So the reality is United couldn't keep him. You couldn't keep him because you have to understand that United is not just a football club, it's a brand. It's a global brand. And based on just how global that brand is, you can't keep him. So I did a course in marketing and PR. Every massive firm has a PR guy, a public relations guy. If I'm a public relations guy, I'll be like, on a footballing level, cool. But as your PR guy, you can't keep him. I'm sorry. Based on our brand and how global our brand is, we cannot keep a Greenwood. Whether he's innocent, guilty, it doesn't matter. Perception is reality. And we cannot keep him based on how the public perceives him. So for Marseille, they're up. Now, United, you lose a quality player because This was a quality player that could have really helped United, whether in their team or their squad, based on him being two-footed and the multiple positions he can play. You can put him on the left, you can put him on the right, you can play him as a striker or even an attacking midfielder. So for Marseille, they're up. So this is a great signing for Marseille. And for Greenwood, I think that you can now pretty much start a new life, because I think as long as he stays in the Premier League, guys will throw the stuff at you, abuse you. You're now in France, totally different place, a rabid fan base. It's a new start for him, a new life for him. And if you're Marseille, this is a huge W for Marseille, because he's a quality player. If we're just keeping it strictly football, this is a great signing for Marseille, an absolutely amazing signing. And for United, it is what it is. You lost out. You lost out. So the Nigerian United fans will be pissed off. They'll be pissed off, but you lost out. But it is what it is. It's business. And for Marseille, great signing. Great signing for Marseille, because I think in the I'm Loving It League, I think he will cook. Now, so this is a signing that isn't done. So this is still happening. So this is PSG. So PSG have Osimhen right top of their list. Gonzalo Ramos is a bomb. All he's known for is for trying to be an OnlyFans model during a World Cup. But it is what it is. Mbappe, massive loss. And it will be pretty much impossible to replace Mbappe based on just how much he contributed to the team. But you have to. And this is what I've always said. And this is what they should have even done while Mbappe was there. PSG needed a striker. The last striker PSG had was Cavani. And let's be real, go look at Cavani's record for PSG. His record is damn good. And if PSG were not such a bozos, his goal in that miracle at Camp Nou would have sent them into the next round. And who knows where the story could have gone for PSG if they had beaten Barca. So for Osimhen, like now look, the key issue here is De Laurentiis, who is the Napoli president. That fee is going to be huge, because De Laurentiis is very, very hard to deal with. And he wants to pretty much keep this team. But here's the reality. The moment Spalletti left, this team faltered. And if I'm Osimhen, and as a Nigerian, leave. Like Napoli's done. Which is why Kivicha also wants to leave as well. So if you're Osimhen 100%, you have to leave. PSG, it's cool. I think, no... You see, now, he's not Nigerian. So let me give you the Nigerian perspective. Osimhen would probably want to join either Chelsea or Arsenal. Either Chelsea or Arsenal, that's where he would prefer to go. 100%, him being Nigerian, he wants to go to the Premier League. And I do believe that Chelsea or Arsenal would be in a prime position now. Chelsea, I don't know what we're doing with that whole striker situation. For Arsenal, I would think that Arsenal, you'd probably want to get up in this, because it's like... So Arsenal, are you happy with Havertz and Gabriel Jesus? And Nketiah, who stole Henry's jersey? So for Arsenal, I don't know. Are you happy with Havertz and Jesus as your strikers? So, but see, for PSG, they need this. You've lost Mbappe's goal scoring. Gonzalo Ramos is an OnlyFans bomb. So, 2 goal scorers are out of there. You have to, so for PSG, you have to get him. 100%, you have to get him. And if we're keeping it a stack, and if it's like a bidding war, and let's say it's a bidding war between PSG and Arsenal, I think PSG have a lot more cheddar for this bidding war. So for Osimhen, I think PSG is cool, because what PSG provides is you are constantly in the UCL. Like, you'll always be in the UCL. So at least you are in that top markets playing against top teams. And I think, especially for the Nigerian national team, you want your players playing against the very best. So you want them fully battle-tested and their sentence sharpened. So Brown provides that. I mean, the issue, though, is the I'm Loving It League, I still think will be dominated by PSG. So you don't really get battle-tested enough week to week. But still being in that UCL will be key. And let's just keep it a stack. Let me just create a scenario. What if he leads them to a UCL? Guys, because that's just going to be like a 7-day hanger. I've suffered as a Nigerian. As a Nigerian, with the Super Eagles, I have suffered enough. I'm claiming that as a W of the decade. If Osimhen is the guy to lead PSG to their first UCL ever, and he does so beating Mbappe in the process, Real Madrid, that's the W of the decade. That is the W. That is the W that's, as a Nigerian, we've been waiting for a long time. If this guy can, obviously outside of a freaking World Cup, if this guy can lead PSG to that first UCL, bro, that's legacy defining. That's legacy defining. So we'll see what happens. Obviously, we'll keep you updated as to whether this pops off. But if you're PSG, I think this is a good signing. This is a massive signing. But the key thing is how much will De Laurentiis ask for, which is the damn key.